So I've never been to church. I've never, not that I had anything against church. I just almost for a long time I felt like, that I wasn't worthy of going to church. I was almost dirty in his eyes. When I was on my lowest of lows, he was there for me, when I was completely lost.
I always believed in a God, but I just didn't know what to make of it. I was like, there has to be something, right? And then I'd probably almost a year ago is when Joey started asking me to come, and I kept putting him off. I put him off 3-4 times, and he just kept asking me. He was so nice about it. He's like, oh, you should come if you're not busy. And he knew eventually I would run out of excuses. So I just thought I'd give it a shot. And ever since then, it's kind of completely opened up my world. God's proved himself to me time and time again. Like, yeah, there's been times where I've asked, but there's also been times where just things are happening. And it's undeniable. It's past coincidence.
So he really started showing up, like I said, once I got through that rough spot, and I ended up picking up a Bible devotional, and then I picked up a regular Bible, and and I was just like, thinking about it a lot. And the reason why I want to trust Jesus is because, he's the way. He makes you feel whole. And that's what I've been missing my whole life. I give him my complete and utter trust, 100%. At the end of the day, Jesus died for all of our sins, and to know that, obviously, that it's always going to be a working road, but that you're worthy.
One thing that struck about the death resurrection is, like, I always think, like, why me? I don't feel like I deserved it, and I've had conversations with some friends about it, and it's like, we don't deserve it, like, you're not going to be perfect, like, nobody can be perfect, but accepting to trust Jesus and to just give him your life, it definitely relaxes your mind, and kind of it's like all right, I'm not doing this alone. There's always somebody to turn to.
Just gotta go to it. I was like, all this stuff's popping up on my feed. I typed in, Christian church. Now, the Well Church was the first one that popped up. Once I saw that pop up, I was like, this is the place I need to go. And when I went and clicked on the Well Church, it said, what better time than now, Sunday, May 18th, there's gonna be a baptized thing. I was like, so, this is the place I picked, it's like, I wanted to do that. It's gonna be coming up in a couple weeks. I feel like that doing that and, knowing what it implies, and, doing it around, people that, accept me, and that share the same interest, that this is gonna, help in my process of becoming who I wanna be.
Over the last, I want to say, month or so, it just nonstop and drilled into my head, like, this is something you should do. And I know we had a conversation a little while ago talking about, like, what my next step was, and how I kind of hit like a roadblock, and I feel like in order to get over that roadblock, I have to put my full trust in him and get baptized. The last, I would say, 4 days, I've really been like, all right, I want to do this. This is something I know I'm ready to do, I'm excited to do, and I feel like it'll just kind of like reset me, put me on a new path.